What's up, guys? The Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1,
and we are back at it again, answering your questions in another installment of For the Greater.
And this special question comes from Stephen Green. If you guys have any questions that you guys would like us to, answer, comment down below. Don't forget to put question followed by the question because we get to those first. So he asks, what if you were a Psyker in the Tao Empire?
Ooh.
Well, first, you're not a Tao then, because psychic powers are not Tao things. And second of all, okay, so if you're already, what are they called? Nigaru?
Nuance? I don't know. It's like this weird word. It's a race that they are psychic, that have been indoctrinated into the Tao Empire.
And they're basically giant floating polar bears.
Basically, yeah.
And yeah, so if you're that, the Tao don't really utilize psychic powers the way that the Imperium does, especially for warp travel. So right now, those guys, those psychic beings, are seen as like benefits, but not really like anything big.
Right.
The reason I think that that's happening is that the ethereals probably don't have as much control over a psychic being like those. That race. So what they're doing is they're trying to minimize them and find other ways to either get warp travel or travel faster than light through other means. They don't want to, because what they could do is the ethereals could just be like, we're going to start using this race for warp travel. So that's that. But then you rely so much on that race and you empower that race. Right. And I don't think the Tao want that. Because if you look at any communist nation, they want to have the control be at the center of the people. If that makes sense. No, it doesn't.
I get what you're trying to say. What do you?
Comment down below. Next question.
This next one is by Data Wargaming. After reading this, do you think that I am really Zeech? Because I am. I am the master of all destinies. I can see 10,000 futures. I am Zeech, Lord of Change and master of your destiny. Or am I? I could be Alfarius, but then again, he's dead. But is he? Well, improbably not in the warp. But anyone could be Alfarius. It is equally likely that I am Alfarius and that you are Alfarius, or that anyone else in the universe could be Alfarius. Then that leads me to the one conclusion: we are all Alfarius. But then again, are we? We could be, but equally we may not be. How do we even know Alfarius even exists? He might be an imposter, or maybe we are all really Alfarius, but that would be impossible, or would it be? After all, in this dimension, the warp, anything could be possible. But how do we know that things are even possible? It's infinitely impossible that anything is all possible. But would then it even be infinitely improbable, but not infinitely impossible, because things have happened, which means that it is entirely possible yet improbable. Although in the warp that may be false, but then again it may not be. Or is it? Probably not, but then it could be. You never know. If anything is impossible, then that in itself is a paradox. It would be impossible for anything to be impossible, meaning that things must never be possible. Okay, I really am Zeech.
Thanks for killing like a minute and a half.
Yeah, that's a great way of making me waste my breath. Thank you. That was a great question.
What was the question? Next question comes from Oka the Grunchy. I have only just recently started collecting. I am planning on making a 1,850 Iron Hand Space Marine army. Is it wrong of me to put a Terminator Captain, Smashfucker Prime, in my list? And how much hate will I get trying to play with people? No, it's not.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Space Marines, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not the OP. You're not. So, you know, if you want to win and you're playing Space Marines, go for the win. Because there's Necrons, Eldar that are gonna wipe the floor with you with a flick of the wrist.
Basically. Yeah. This next one's All Might. This question is for Gersh1. So orcs get bigger by fighting, but do they get smaller when not fighting? Say I capture an orc and I just keep it caged up. Will it become a grot?
Yes, sir. Oh, it won't become a grot. It'll just become a really scrawny orc. or just like a regular orc, there's stories of war bosses not being killed but maimed, and because they're not war bosses anymore and they're not feeding off that raw energy, they like shrink back.
So could it be possible for like a regular orc boy to become like a
war boss?
No, like an inch orc.
No, I think like
they don't just go that small.
No, I think the smallest orc's probably like 8 feet tall, which is still bigger than a human.
Yeah.
So like the weakest orc versus a strong human, the orc would like rip your arms off. It's like right now a primate versus McGregor. I'm pretty sure any ape can take on McGregor. Yeah.
Interesting. I actually want to see that now. The Bad A. Are there any Eldar blanks? And if yes, how powerful are they? And would there be a threat to Slaanesh because they wouldn't have a soul? I've never heard of an Eldar that is not psychically powered.
Yeah, I don't think there are Eldar blanks.
Yeah, I think their race is just all psychic.
Next question comes from Mega Game Core. Do you think it is possible to reserve the warp back into its original form? Or reverse, sorry. So basically cleanse the warp of all chaos entities. I mean it once was a beautiful place when only the old ones were cruising around, which lets me believe that killing the Tau, humans Eldar, would be the trick, since those races are connected to the warp and its creation, even if the Tau have only a very small impact on it. So is it possible to go back to the old ways? I think it is. I think you're right. If you kill off all the races, the warp would suffer. It would like you take away all its energy. So like an orc, they'll go back down to a small little orc. Is that gonna happen? No. Probably never. Next question.
This one's by Osmodeus 3505. Could the Emperor be rebuilt with cyber dongs?
Yep, on its chin.
I mean, we have the technology. We can rebuild him.
Roger Rangel says, what is your favorite special Tau character other than Farsight, and why? It's probably to you.
Damn, I haven't really thought about this. Oh wait, yes I have. It's this one guy that I got off Forge World, Commander Ra'alai. I think that's how you say it. It's the guy that's got like 2 plasma rifles and a shield. There's not much lore on him, but every time I played him, he always did really good. So that's the guy.
Same reason why I like Wazdaka.
Right, I think his name's Ramir Ra'alai. One of the two.
Ramir. Cool.
He said Wazdaka. Yeah. We just like saying Waz. This one's by Winter Base. Since you like orcs and Tau, what do you like the most about each faction, or what drew you to them initially before they became your favorite? This is for you too, since orcs.
Oh, okay. My orc. The reason that I like the orcs is because of the customization. Is that a word? Customization?
Yeah, it's a word.
Yeah, that you could do that. Because I was really, when we first started playing was when YouTube first came out. So I was like, what, 2008?
Something like that.
So I would go on YouTube and I would Google like custom built battle wagon, custom built like whatever, and it drew me. Like that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to build my own tanks, armor, and whatever. I tried doing that with Space Marines because I initially started with Space Wolves, but it's like build your own custom tank. It was hard, and then number 2, they never looked that cool. But with orcs, they always look cool because orcs are everything.
Right, they use whatever they can find.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that drew me to Tau easily were the battle suits. I was like, oh, this looks like a freaking Gundam, and I had it. The first ones I ever had, I converted. But obviously, I sold that army, so it's like, do I want to go back and convert them? Nah. But yeah, they do. It was the battle suits that drew me to the Tau.
Ben Worstwright. What's your favorite second founding chapter? What's yours?
I would say probably the what are those guys called? They got the red helmets, Crimson Fists.
Oh, okay.
Or is it blue helmets?
No, it's a red helmet with the blue.
Yeah. I always liked their chapter master Pedro Cantor, because I always felt like his
lore.
His lore was pretty cool, and he's got like Dorn's arrow, which is like a master crafted storm bolter, something like that. But he was just cool.
I like the Black Templars because they're like fucking, what is it called? Zealots? Zealots. They're pretty badass. And then black and white. You can't go wrong with that.
He used to wear black and white for years.
All day, every day, son. Is it my turn or your turn?
This one's from Vajra Asura. Between the two of you, who is more Gork and who is more Mor?
I'm definitely more cunningly brutal.
So you're saying I'm brutally cunning?
Yeah. Fair.
Can't argue with that.
That's very un-orcish of you, but you're not an orc, so I respect that. Lord Mord. Who would win in an outright brawl? Gilliman or Dorn? I'm saying Dorn would win, considering Gilliman is a punk-ass super smurf. I agree.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't see Gilliman being that great of a fighter, even though he was like praised for being an awesome tactician. Yeah, I'd say Dorn. I feel like he's got more bulk on him, even though he's got like one hand now or something. Is he dead? This one's by Red Infinity. If Magnus the Red rejoined the Imperium and was compliant to the Emperor, would the Emperor still ask Magnus to take his place on the Golden Throne? Or would such a request be pointless since the throne serves as the Emperor's life support?
Exactly. It's his life support.
Yeah.
Replacing him is pulling the plug.
Basically, yeah.
Next question comes from David Witt. Where are the Black Dragons? I've always loved the chapter. And who was their strongest? Where are the Black Dragons? They're out fighting for the, for the redemption or whatever, for redemption. And who was their strongest? Wasn't it that chapter master, the one with the tentacle legs?
Tentacle legs?
Yeah. Or is that thinking of the soul drinkers? I might be thinking about the soul drinkers or blood drinkers, whatever.
People get thirsty, man.
But yeah, that's where they're at.
This one's by Gloria Stalin. Why is this called for the Greater Wa?
Thanks for asking, Stalin. Let me explain. So he's a Tau player. I'm an Orc player. He's for the greater good. I'm for Wa. So we combined them.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cyclone says, how can one become a Space Marine chaplain or part of a clergy in the religious system in the Imperium? If I were in Warhammer 40k universe, I would be a chaplain for the Dark Angels, since I'm becoming an ordained minister in real life.
That's nice.
Damn. Now, if like an ordained minister, that's not with the Catholic Church, is it?
It may be, yeah.
Oh, because if you are with the Catholic Church, that's pretty cool. If you're not, that's a little bit less cool, but whatever. That's on you. So you become a chaplain by first becoming a Space Marine. And then your chaplain has to find that you have whatever it takes to become a chaplain. There's a certain rite. There's like a trial or whatever that you have to go through.
And I think chaplains were first instituted because of the Council of Nicaea, which dictated that there cannot be any psychers besides like telepaths and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were there to like make sure everybody was following it.
Yep. And then like if you want to become a part of the what is it called? The ecclesiarchy?
Mm-hmm.
Don't. I think you kind of have to be born into it. Because it's one of those things. Next question. From?
This is by Rexplode. Do the Space Marines respect any aliens? Not like or even trust them, but simply respect them for one reason or another. I'd like to think that some Imperials have respect for the Tau, although I'm not sure for sure.
I think it's kind of like with North Korea, where if you talk to a North Korean, like they're always like in the movies and the documentaries, they're always like, Americans are like the scum of the earth. They're like blah blah blah, and then they cry for their divine ruler or whatever. But when they go back home, they're probably like, all right, let's take the show off. So yeah, I do think that some Imperial generals respect the Tau. You gotta respect your enemy or whatever.
Right.
And Space Marines, do you think Space Marines are respectful towards Xenos?
Because, I don't know, I feel like they've been so conditioned to be xenophobic. I mean, yeah, if you have, because there are stories where like, oh, there was like this huge battle and the Tau shot down my ship and they were getting ready to execute us and they didn't. They let us live. So I think there is a little bit of a respect, but they have to earn it first.
Yeah, I agree. Do we have time for one more? Let's see. Yeah, we have time for a lot more. Cool.
This one's by Ryan Lewis. Would one be able to use Necron warp blocking technology to destroy the Eye of Terror?
Possibly, yeah. Because if they did it once, they could do it again.
That's right. And there are rumors that there are pylons on Cadia. Now, are these Necrons? We gotta wait and see, but rumor has it.
Demon 93 IT. After the Horus Heresy, nothing is known about the Sisters of Silence. Are they still within the Imperial Palace, dealing with the incursion from the Webway portal? I believe that the Sisters of Silence slowly were destroyed as the passing of time went on because they were so hurt with the whole Horus Heresy.
Right.
Do you have any more questions? I have one more question. John McManus. Was it the Exodites that had the Dragon Raiders, or one of the craft worlds? And do you think that the Eldar Shuriken weaponry is the most efficient way of making Tao sushi?
Yes. Yeah, Tao sushi. I wonder what that tastes like, since they're already like fish people or whatever.
They taste like the color blue.
Interesting. Do they also sound like the color blue?
No.
No.
What is blue? Purple is sneaky. Yellow is expensive. Or no, yellow makes things go boom. And what's blue then? Oh! Blue is lucky.
I have no idea where you're getting this from, but okay.
Blue is lucky.
Blue is lucky, guys.
It's from the orcs. The orcs believe that the color blue is lucky, color purple is sneaky, color yellow makes things go boom, and the color red makes things go faster. Test it out and let us know. Yeah. Pow Live K. Is there any TV entertainment in the 40k universe? On some worlds, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pleasure Worlds, they have Oprah and Jerry Springer.
Yeah, because you gotta have Jerry no matter where you're at.
Yep. You got people coming up, that's not my baby. I saw him with an orc, and now my baby's green.
Okay. This one's by Master Spookums. If Angron was never inflicted with the Butcher's nails, what do you think he would have become?
Lehman Russ.
Essentially, yeah. He wouldn't be angry all the time.
But he would still be really aggressive. Because he was a freaking gladiator. So yeah, that's what I think it would be.
Yeah, same here. He'd still be mean, just not as angry.
And those were the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions our way. Please comment down below if you guys have any more questions. And of course, we have a Patreon exclusive video for you guys. So subscribe to the channel, like this video, and please jump on over to Patreon and get some more videos.
That's right. Thank you guys for being awesome subscribers and sending those awesome questions to us. As always, that's The Window. I'm the Sound Alchemist. That's Gersh1. And we are signing out.